This is my Brazilian rainbow boa. Her name is Pamela. When I got Pamela, she was just a baby. Now she's grown triple length and she's so thick. Super thick. This is her tank right here. It makes me very sad to look at this tank, so today we're gonna completely rescape it. You're strangling my fingers. First thing we're gonna do is to make a custom-made hide using some expanding foam. Where are you going? We're also gonna make a DIY background. I have some cool hardscape and a lot of plants. Let's put her back in the enclosure so we can start with the hide. Okay, we're gonna need some cardboard. And I need a knife and this box. And we're gonna need some expanding foam for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a Sharpie like this and kind of mark where I wanna cut it. I'm gonna take my little paring knife here, a little kitchen knife, and see if I can do this without cutting myself. I completely f***ed it, but that's okay, that's okay. This doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna cover it with foam anyway. This is landscaping foam, Schwarz or Noir, as they say in French. You can also say black. It's very important here now to have something underneath because the foam is gonna go a bit around this, and if you do it on your table, you're completely... Give it a good shake. Before this cures, I'm going to drop some substrate on top of it. And this is a mixture of cocoa fiber, some sand, birch bark. I really like the birch bark look. And some sphagnum moss. And I think I have to move quickly before it cures. To be honest, most of the times, I don't even know what I'm doing. I've never tried this before and I don't know if this is going to work or if I should have done things differently, but that's kind of how I roll, by trial and error. Leo, what's wrong with you? Why are you so mad? He's always in this position, always with his face. Now he's looking at me. Oh baby. Oh baby. He's extremely angry. I think it looks cool. It could be something. The only thing left to do here now is to leave this to cure overnight. See you tomorrow. Okay. It is now morning. I'm in my robe. The hide is now cured and complete. I have no idea what this is. Looks like a dog. These are the legs, that's the butt, that's the tail. These are the ears, this is the nose. It actually expanded, of course, expanding foam. So maybe it's too big for this tank, but I'm gonna use it anyway. So I can sort of use it to like prop some wood up, and or I can even put plants on top of it to climb and, you know, Triscantia or whatever. Ah, that's hot. I think it looks extremely cool. This looks like something out of nature. The only thing I need to do is to open the hole a bit again. That's an easy fix. I could just carve it with a knife. Let's remove the dog. I'm gonna go to work now and we're gonna continue on the background on Saturday. Today's Thursday. See you Saturday. I know what you're thinking. You can still see the foam. I didn't know the foam loses its tackiness so fast. Next time I have to move faster. So it's finally Saturday now. All I need to do with this one is to carve it a bit, opening and maybe cut off some edges so it fits perfectly. Yeah, it's coming. Haha! The next thing would be to make the background. I'm gonna do the same technique as I did with the gecko enclosure. So I'll be doing basically the same thing as I did with this background. And instead of leaving it like this with the foam exposed, I'm gonna put the substrate straight into it when I foam it. And the base of the background will be this piece of styrofoam. It's already cut to size. I'm gonna foam it, add the substrate straight away. But before we do that, I have ordered something for this tank and I have to go and pick it up. So let's do that first. Gonna feed the shrimp as well. Okay, so the cat's fed, the shrimp are fed. I fed my rainbow boa Pamela yesterday. She's just so scary when she strikes. She gets me every time. I can stand there with the tongue all prepared. And then when she strikes, a mini heart attack. Kiwi the bearded dragon has had the salad. Leonardo the green basilisk ate yesterday. Everyone is fed, everyone is happy, which means I can crack on with my day and go and get the thing I need for the vampire crab tank. Right, so I picked up the piece that I ordered and it's safe and secure. I just realized that there's a new reptile store that has opened in Landskrona, just 20 minutes from where I live. I've never been there, so I want to check it out. Let's go. Welcome to Reptopia. This store is owned by a guy called Dennis, and he specializes in paludarium sets. You can buy a paludarium with a 3D background, plants, substrate, and even waterfall built into it. He even has some fish, and both neocardinia and cardinia shrimp. One thing you can't miss is his 2 iguanas, but those are not for sale. Det är verkligen som en liten hund. Alltså. Jag har alltid undrat hur det här känns. Ja, det är luft, upplöst. Det är han här redan efteråt. This was just a quick visit. I'll be coming back here many times. Now, let's get back home. Alright, so I'm back. And this is the piece that I ordered. It's a new lid for my crab tank. It looks so good. The problem I had with this one, you can see the edges are bending. Crabs can escape here. It's gonna look so good. Oh, like a glove! Wow, look at it. You see that little dot, and that little dot, and that little dot? Those are baby vampire crabs. I mean, look at that. Just looks so good, man. And now I don't have to worry about the crabs escaping. I don't think that this is gonna bend. I mean, this tank is 10 out of 10. Let me just remove the condensation so you can have a better view. That is extremely sexy. I could just sit here all day and look at this tank. Anyway, back to the rainbow boa build. Now, before you start building, you want to do something called Misanplast. See, I work as a chef, and in the kitchen we have this French term, Misanplast. It means everything on its place. Before you start cooking, you take all the utensils, you take all the ingredients, you take all the pots and pans and the cutting boards, and you get ready to cook. It's the same thing here. So, we're gonna do the Misanplast first. Styrofoam, tape, substrate. I think we need 2 bottles for this. You could do the background straight on the glass, but for some reason I don't feel comfortable doing that. I like the styrofoam idea. If you like the building in tank style better, do that. So now I think I have everything I need. I'm gonna put some tape here around the corners. This is so that the foam doesn't expand over the side. Let's start in this corner. I'm gonna do 1/3 and then stop. Substrate, substrate, substrate. Okay, okay, okay. Looks good. Big piece, big piece, big piece. Substrate around, substrate around. Misanplast, this one is already prepped. See, if I didn't have the Misanplast, this would fail now. I sound like Tina from Bob's Burger. Think we're done. I just have to leave it like this for at least 5 or 6 hours, I think, preferably overnight. I'm for sure gonna come over here in the evening and touch it a bit and see if it's done. So I'm just gonna do the boring part, clean up my mess that I made. There's substrate everywhere and I have foam all over my hands even though I had gloves. I don't know how I managed that. I'm gonna do the cleanup and I'll see you later. Ciao! Okay, so it's a new day. It's time to continue with the background. It's fully cured now. Let's remove the tape. This is gonna be messy. Shake it off like that, and it still looks good. Great success! Hi! Great! The background of course expanded a bit, so I had to use my machete to make some small adjustments. Alright, so I've cleaned the tank. First I cleaned it with soapy water and then I sterilized it with alcohol. I have everything laid out here on the floor. Background, hide, some hardscape. We have some more hardscape, water dish, some pothos, some stones, some leca. And at the moment Pamela is in here, inside her hide, with all the substrate. But yeah, let's see if the background fits. Doesn't even enter. See if it fits now. I thought the background was too thick, so I had a brilliant idea of removing the styrofoam, which was easier said than done. This was one of the most stupidest things I've ever done in my life.
I like the styrofoam idea.
My hands are bleeding from peeling off the styrofoam. If you're just starting out building terrariums, like I am, consider subscribing to the channel, because you learn a lot how to do things, but also how not to do things. See, I make the mistakes for you. Once I was done fiddling with the background, I added the drainage layer. To stop the substrate from entering the drainage layer, I added some landscape fabric. With the barrier in place, I could now add the substrate, which is a mix of cocoa fiber, sand, organic topsoil, birch bark and sphagnum moss. I proceeded by adding the water dish, the hide and some rocks. On top of everything, I added this cool piece of wood. Oh yeah. I then garnished the tank with some pieces of birch bark. That right there is a nice slice of the nature. I really like that. Of course, we need the penis rock. That's it for today. I'm gonna go to bed. Today it looks good, but we can make it better. Now we go to bed. Okay, so it's now the next day. I think the tank looks very good. There's only one problem. I freaked out this morning. I was looking everywhere for Pamela and I couldn't find her. I took out everything. When I started digging through the substrate, I couldn't find her. And then of course, she was in the drainage layer. She digged down and somehow got into the drainage layer. And that's a big problem. So I think I have to take everything out, make it so that Pamela cannot enter the drainage layer. So let me just empty everything. I'll see you when it's empty. Okay, let's see. And yes, there she is. Oh, you can really see her iridescentness. That's a beautiful snake, wow. Kiwi is super angry at Leo. Hi. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? She's in the pot. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. So angry. Okay, I managed to secure the background and the drainage layer. She can't get into the drainage layer now, I'm 100% certain. And she can't get behind the background because I filled in all the spaces with moss and with substrate. Let's carry on with the build. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now and let it grow in for a few weeks. I'll show you the results when I have them. So it's been about 2 weeks now since I set up this tank, and I've done some small adjustments. I moved the light so I could have more plants in this corner. I've added a bromelia and a begonia.
Begonia maculata.
I can't wait to see how this ecosystem will evolve. This is of course just a temporary home for Pam. Pamela will shortly outgrow this tank, so in the future I'll build her a gigantic paludarium with fish and other co-inhabitants. I'm pretty pleased with the results. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day or a good night. Peace.
Kan je wat niet hebben?
Not